welcome to Unbiased and On the Fence. I'm Shane. Thank you guys so much for joining us. This is round 2 of the stream. Let's see if we can get it going here. Let me make sure it looks like it's starting in this screen over here. Is it? Okay. It doesn't
Yes,
look
I
like it's
have
on
it
the...
live.
Okay,
Yes.
awesome. Okay, yeah, let me mute that. Okay, there, yeah. I just needed to refresh it. That's what I thought I needed to do last time. Okay, so we are live here, guys. I do have SunPsychic Jean's link below. She does other shows just like this on other channels, as well as uploads to her YouTube channel. And if you go and subscribe to her channel, you'll be able to get the notifications in her community tab for other shows she's doing if you want to join other lives just like this. And you want to tell us about a few of them, since it looks like we're going?
Yeah, absolutely. For having me, Shane. I love coming back here every month. You have the most beautiful, high vibrational, gifted spiritual community that is just beautiful to connect with, and I really enjoy it.
Thank you so
And
much.
I see False Teeth Real Tarot is here, and Giovanna and Go Kart Bob. Oh my gosh! So, to answer your question, tomorrow on Sunday morning, I am with Allie from Heart and Soul Connected, and that is at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. And then later on that day, I'll be doing another live with Kelly from Dozen Cats for Me. And she is at 3 p.m. Eastern, which I believe is 12 noon Pacific.
Very nice. Awesome. So make sure you subscribe to her channel if you haven't already. That way you can check her community tab for upcoming events just like that, or to catch them later when she uploads them. Perfect. Well, let's look at the chat. Let's see who we got here. And, oh, we are actually already have a question. But I just want to say hi to Sandy and Jane. Thank you guys for hopping in as well. Ilona, I hope I said that right. All right, so first question is from False Teeth Real Tarot. Welcome to the chat. She says, and you guys, I'm going to figure out how to get the questions on the screen. I had it figured out and then it got messed up. So, for whatever reason, we'll get that going next show. But question from, let's see, False Teeth Real Tarot says, please, how will my summer be this year? And thank you. Thank you for that question.
Okay. Hi, False Teeth Realtor. Thank you very much for your question. And if we can ask the moderators to remind everybody to put the questions in caps and emojis so that it's easier for Shane to pick them out as they go by, that'd be great.
Unless you like to watch me squint. So.
Well, we're not on StreamYard where you can star them, so he has to actually find them. So
Right,
that'd
right.
be great. Okay. All right, False Teeth Realtor. Let me see what your summer is going to be like. Whew. So I'm getting it's going to be roller coasterish. Like you're going to be on some really high highs, but you're going to be feeling like you're low. And this is just the process. It's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. You're going to feel like this acceleration, this support and acceleration is the only thing I can explain to you in a spiritual sense. And then you're going to feel like you're backstepping. You're going to be like, wait, what happened? Where'd that all go? I was just revving up. Like you're, and then you'll start again. And it's going to be 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And it's just integrating. It's just integrating your energy.
Very
Yeah.
nice. I think a lot of us have been on a roller coaster ride lately too. So I totally feel you there. All right, questions rolling in, and thank you so much for putting them in caps. Let me make sure I didn't miss any that weren't in caps before that. All right, perfect. Yvonne has a question. Let's see. Who are my guides, and do they have any messages for me? Thank you. Thank you, Yvonne. Venancio.
Ivana. So, Ivana, they're explaining something to me, and I'm just going to tell you what I see. What they're saying is that you have three angelic sisters that are helping you. And they're more of like a guardian angel, personal angel type of energy. And they're telling me she's not going to like this answer. She was hoping for an ET. So, so I'm sure you have, we have many guides for many different instances. The only thing is these three sisters, which are very wise, elderly women, not elderly, but, wise women and mature women, I guess you would say. And they're here to help you with your spiritual growth. So this is the guide that came through first, and we have many different guides. So if you'd like to they're saying you were hoping to get an ET guide. So let us know if that's true. Sorry.
It's not always the answer we want, huh?
I know.
I was trying to come up with another nifty way of putting the questions on there like that. I think. Have to do it by hand, but at least we can see that. So, Yvonne, thank you for that question. And
Oh, nice. There you go. Is it easy to cut and paste like that?
yeah, I can cut and paste it. It's not, it doesn't have the little picture and stuff, but at least we can have the question on the screen and the person's
Yeah.
name and everything. Okay,
Mhm.
perfect. Sandy, visual thinker, is here. That's Sandy. And I have a current job at a gift shop. Should I quit this job and concentrate on my art and healing job? That's a great question. Thank you, Sandy. That is Sandy, visual thinker.
Hi, Sandy. So, if I could just clarify the question, you are currently working on your artwork and healing, right? So you just want to know, should you quit your first job at the gift shop? Because you're currently, so you mean quit the first job and do this full time is the question. That's what I'm hearing. So what I'd like to do is check with my pendulum. It is vibrating. I didn't even ask the question. It should Sandy leave her first job at the gift shop? Is now a good time for Sandy to leave her job at the gift shop? So Sandy, it's saying no right now. Is January 2023 a good time for Sandy to leave her job at the gift shop? Still getting a no. So is March. All right, thank you, pendulum. Please stand still. I can feel it pulling. Please stay still. It is March 2022, a good time for Sandy to leave her job. Will Sandy have left her job at the gift shop by March of 2022? Trying to rephrase it. I'm getting a yes now. So let me see. Let me ask it the other way. Will Sandy leave her job at the gift shop by January 2023? Nope. It's going back to no. Will Sandy leave her job at the gift shop by March of 2023? It just switched to yes. So let me just tighten it down a little bit. Will Sandy, thank you, pendulum, please stand still. Will Sandy leave her job by February 2023? So it went back to no. So it looks like around March, spring of next year. It looks like a really good time for you, Sandy. I know it seems like it's really far away, but, and you can check if you have a pendulum. I'd like to insist, or I'd like to invite everybody to check with their own guides, check with their own pendulum. Energies change day to day. And I do know like the planetary lineup and stuff is a certain situation right now that affects things. And I do know that there's like, I don't know if it's Saturn on our something node. I don't know what it is. There's something that's causing a lot of energy on the earth right now and causing a lot of stagnation and a lot of instability on the earth plane. So as soon as this planet starts moving away, you're going to feel relief. You're going to see an upswing. You're going to see things start changing, things start becoming clearer, things start opening up. And they totally, what I've seen, this is just a video that I watched. I'm not an astrologer, but what I've seen is 2022 is the bottom of the very heavy, restrictive type of energy. And then by the time 2023 begins, it starts moving back up and the acceleration goes from there. So it sounds like you're right in line with that.
Awesome. Let's see. And she said yes and thank you, looks like. All right. The next question. Let's see if I have it loaded in here. Okay. Next question is from Tasty Melon. My sister is going on vacation with her boyfriend and baby next week. I'm having a bad feeling. Will something happen there?
Well, Tasty Melon, what I'd like to say, first of all, is with my teachings and my experience, it's really important to carry an ethical practice. And as part of my practice, I only read people's energies who give me their permission to do so. So it's sort of like a third person kind of reading. Like if a mother would say, "Is my daughter ever going to have a baby?" That's not their mother's business. You know what I mean? Like it's between her daughter and her daughter's, mate or whatever. So it's like a third person. So what I can do is maybe turn your question around and say, Tasty Melon, is my family, is everything going to be smooth in Tasty Melon's family? This is in direct relation to you and your energy, and it's not me going into your sister or her boyfriend or her baby's energy. If you have an emergency or a concern that you need to contact the police or an emergency hotline, I would recommend that if you think that she's in danger some way. But I'm not it's an ethical practice. What they say is if I go against the ethics and the responsibility and the respect for people's energies, the guides aren't going to give me messages anymore. That's what they say. I don't know. But I just like to honor that. So let me see if I can't switch it around and make sure everything's going to be okay in Tasty Melon's near future. You're here and I can I can tap into your energy. They say it's important for you to keep an optimistic, high vibrational thought process because sometimes we can worry or, like, I don't know. They're telling me like if a mother says, watch out, you don't fall, watch out, you don't fall, watch out, you don't fall. Eventually, somebody's going to fall because they keep putting that watch out. The universe doesn't understand the first watch out or don't. They only hear fall. So it's almost like if you're worrying, just if you have any kind of concern or uneasy feeling, just send them blessings, send them protection, send them angels to come and watch over them, and try not to worry, because you're focusing on the negativity, and whatever you may be thinking might happen, it creates a thought form. And our thoughts and our words and our intentions are very powerful. So they wanted me to share that with you, Tasty Melon. So let me see. Let me go in a little bit more. And I understand you're an amazing, beautiful, empathic sister, and you only want the best for her. I do understand that. But they're letting you know is to honor that everybody is on their own spiritual path. We are on our own journey in our lifetime to learn certain lessons. They're saying your intentions, your good intentions, your prayers, your blessings will be much more powerful than your worries. They just keep telling me this. That's what I'm getting.
She's saying that she sits right next to me. You do have the permission.
Oh, okay. She's concerned about going away with her boyfriend and her baby. Is she concerned about it?
Yeah, that's a good question. Is she concerned, or is she just sitting next to you and you're concerned, or does it matter if she has the permission?
I don't. I just for some reason I'd like to refer it to an emergency type of service
Right.
that you know, maybe battered women. I don't know. I have no idea. That was just a suggestion. I have no idea. But if you're concerned, if your sister has any hesitation, she should contact the authorities. She should contact women's services. She should contact a trusted advisor,
Hmm.
and someplace where she can seek safety if she's concerned about her well-being.
Yeah, she says
You know,
because I told her about my feelings. So it does. It originated with Tasty Melon. Like, I got a bad feeling. Let's see. I guess that sort of thing. So
mhm.
nothing to
Well,
point at. You know what I mean?
and
Specifically.
Tasty Melon, if you are empathic or you're intuitive and you've had these feelings where they've manifested or came true or have realized before, and you know this about yourself, I don't know um, specifically your situation or your abilities, but if you feel that there's a lot of merit in this, again, I would just contact the authorities, maybe postpone the trip, or, you know, just do something safe. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But I
Sometimes
really
postponing
can't,
could be a.
I really, honestly, can you imagine if I tapped in and actually saw something? What would I say? You know, I mean, it's just, I'm not really very comfortable answering that question.
I
I'm
totally
really
get it.
sorry. If you want to contact me privately, but even then, I'm sorry. My intention is to provide information that is for your highest good, for your highest spiritual growth, for your um, highest outcome, to raise the vibration, to increase love, to expand your community. This just sounds like it's maybe perhaps out of my expertise.
Next question comes from Taco. Thanks for the question, Taco. What is my spiritual gift?
Good question, Taco. Thank you. And again, Tasty Melon, all the best to you and your family. Taco, Taco. What is Taco's spiritual gift? They're showing me music, hearing, listening, vibrations, harmonics, vibrations, waves. Oh, you're telepathic. You're telepathic. See, I'm over here. That's so funny. It came in over here. Do you hear stuff in your left ear? Do you hear messages in your left ear? They're saying it's telepathy is coming in over here. Now, my messages are here. So this is not me. This is what I'm feeling for you. I'd love to know, Taco, if you hear anything or get messages from the left side. Wow, that's what I'm getting, telepathy, which is sort of messages or connecting with like the elementals. Yeah, that's what I get.
Beautiful. Let's see. I almost got the next one loaded in here. This
That's all
one?
right. Take your time. Can I just say hi to John Binney? I had John Binney on my channel last weekend,
Very
and
nice.
he did a phenomenal job. I'm telling you.
Live music?
Wow. Well, he did healings.
Oh, very nice.
He did healings, activations, and he followed the guidance of his guides. And out of one of the questions or one of the activations did require a song that came from spirit. So it was really, it was so intense. It wore me out. Just the energy was so incredible. It was great.
Awesome. Okay, this one comes from Wise Asker. Definitely want to check that out. I should drop that link in below so people can check that out. Did you upload it on? You can check out either channel, or is it on your channel with John Benny?
It's definitely on my channel. I think he did an excerpt on his channel. Am I a moderator, Shane? Do you know if I have a
Yeah,
wrench?
you should. You should be.
Oh, my SunPsychic Jean, I don't. I
Oh,
don't
okay.
have a, but I can
Yeah.
copy and paste if you want me to do it. And I'm sure everybody does.
Yeah. Let me. Oh no, you're not. Let's see. Must be a different name.
Because this is SunPsychic Jean.
Okay. There we go. Now you're good to go. Yeah, that'd be perfect.
There it is, you guys. There it is.
Ah, there's John. He can share the link too. That's right. He's got the wrench too.
Oh, okay. There it
Awesome.
is.
He said it was such
It,
a magical, let's see, experience. Thank you. That's excellent. Okay. Taco says that's cool. That's the last reading. Okay, so this one's from Wise Asker. Will my surgery Monday be safe and without negative consequences like chronic pain or pain with sex? I'm having my cervix biopsied. Thanks for the question, Wise Asker.
Wise Asker, I'm sorry to hear about your situation. And this is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a doctor and I do not take what resonates and leave the rest. But let me just try and see how Wise Asker's energy feels after the procedure. So they're showing me a normal recovery time and process. But you're so sensitive, Wise Asker. You are a sensitive individual, and you may kind of feel the scar tissue that may um, develop in that area. And so this is something that you'll sense a difference within you, but it won't be pain. It'll just be like, that feels different. Um, but a normal recovery process is what they're showing me, and that just that you'll be able to kind of feel that something's a little different, but it's not pain and it's not discomfort. It's just like kind of a sensation.
Very nice. Let's see. Okay, we have and thank you for that, by the way, Wise Asker. This
Yes,
one
thank
comes
you.
from Alva Yarder. Okay, She wants to see if you can connect with Ralph, a German Australian Shepherd Mexican wolf mix. Lived about 4 years with Gusto. Any messages for me? Let him know I miss him. So I guess she lost her dog. Ralph.
Hi, Alva Yarder. Thank you very much for asking your question. I brought through her parents on the last live show that we did. Whew, was that really powerful? And thank you. All right, so the German Shepherd Wolf mix, and his name is Ralph. Is that correct? The dog's name is Ralph.
Yep.
Okay. What he told me right away, which I get a lot from the German Shepherd and Wolf family, is that he's still protecting you. His energy is still with you. Just because he's not here on this earth plane, he was sent to watch over you, and he's protecting your energy from the other side. He's like on alert. He's like watching over you. He's keeping an eye on you. Let me see, Ralph, is there anything specific other than that you're just keeping an eye on her? What can you? Oh, he's telling me not to worry. Alva, he's saying relax. Everything is going to be fine. He's saying don't worry. He's saying that there's no harm that is going to come to you. There is nothing for you to be anxious. It's almost like you feel like you're waiting for the other shoe to drop, like you're a little apprehensive or hesitant. He's saying just relax and live your life, that you have a lot. Oh my gosh, your parents were blessing you. And he's saying you have a lot of blessings, you have a lot of protection, and he is guarding you. He is on guard. He's saying for you, it's time for you to relax, let your guard down. He's saying just relax and enjoy your surroundings, enjoy your community. He's saying it's time to relax.
Love that. She says chills. That's awesome. It resonates. I love the chill bumps. Thank you for that question, Alva. And I'm sure you probably inspired some other people to connect, reach out to their animals, because I know they're like family members. This one comes from Flourishing Spirits, who wants to know what new message can my guides give me today for June and July. Thank you, Flourishing Spirits, for that question.
Sure. Thank you very much. Yeah. And Shane, just as a side note, we may want to put in the beginning kind of what questions are allowed, because I love connecting with pets, man. They are really, really good communicators. Well, most of them, but some of them they're just, and then this way it helps everybody. But you guys already know what to do. And if the moderators want to put in the what fors, that'd be great too. So Flourishing Spirits, what new messages do my guides have for June and July? They're saying it's a little bit of a restorative, um, like time to go on vacation, time to do a little socializing, time to take a little time for yourself and do like an excursion, or what I mean by that is like a weekend getaway or like a day trip or something, or go outside of your comfort zone, go outside of your routine of going to the gym, going to the grocery store, going to work. They want you to step outside of your routine and do something a little different. And this is where the universe has the opportunity to bestow gifts on you. If you're very set in your routine, it's very hard for them to slide something in. If you step out of your pattern and do something a little restorative for yourself, then magical things will happen. Even if you go to town and go to a new restaurant or something. Just it's a new opportunity where things synchronicities will happen and fall in place. Wow, flourishing spirits. Very nice.
I love that. Such a great positive message. And it's really something that we can all take, right? Okay.
A lot of the messages are universal and apply to everybody in the chat lots of times.
Absolutely. Or at least something to consider, right? Because things like that you have to remind yourself. You might get out and enjoy nature, but then you go back to your regular routine. You're like, you know what? It has been a few weeks since I've got to get out and enjoy, especially, now that we're moving into summer and everything. The next one is from Marcia Costa. Thank you for the question. Who is my star family? Marcia wants to know. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to try and see what I can get. And if not, I'll do something a little fun. Ooh. I think I have oh yeah, I do. I have my alien deck. I'm going to just pull from the alien deck and see what comes up. So I'm getting Arcturian, and they're the really tall, elongated type of ETs, but they're humanoid as well, I believe, right? Does anybody know?
I think so. Or it look like it. They look like it anyway from the
So
pictures.
just for fun, let's see what the deck has to say. I'm going to be pulling from this deck. Hang on 1 second. I've got to see myself.
Nice. The Mystic Martian Oracle.
And it's really a neat deck. And what it does is it has like a synopsis of all of the different races in this deck. Now, the actual artwork is a little Hollywood and a little more on the, not fearful, but not in the best light, the artwork, but the description in the book is quite accurate. And it does have the representation of almost all the races in here. So I really wanted to just pull a card and see what we get. If you don't mind, I'm just really
No, that's
drawn
awesome.
to do that. Let me see, that's not, how can I do that? I swear you cannot make this stuff up.
Wow,
It says
look at that.
Octurians. Octurians.
Amazing.
I tell you, Shane, it's you and your group here. I know it's hard to see that. I'm sorry.
It's beautiful.
Should I hold it still again? I know you tried to. My camera is not very good at focusing up close. There it is. Is that what it says? Oh, this is arc. I don't know what this. It doesn't say Arcturians, but when I looked at it without my glasses, I thought it said Arcturians.
Agarthans,
Let me
is
see. Yeah. Agarthans are Agarthians, manifesting multidimensional perception and attunement. Agarthians. And you know what? I mean, I could have heard Arcturians, but it could have been something like this. So I would look up both.
Right.
It's Agarthans for Marcia. So I would look up both Arcturians cool. and this one. Yeah, that was fun. But oh my gosh, I think I just got so excited. I should have put my glasses on.
Let's see. Okay, there are. I want to. I will go back and do multiple questions later, because there's a lot of them here, and I want to make sure everyone gets a chance to ask one if we can. So if I skip over repeats, I will come back to you if we have time. This is from Flourishing Spirits, but for her daughter, Chaparral. I think that's how you pronounce it. Let me try to get it on the screen here.
Hi, Epiphany. Epiphany Noel is here. Whew. Hi, everybody. I can't see everybody on the chat. It's a little. Hi, Starfish.
Yeah, and thanks for the sub. I just noticed Starfish subbed. Okay, here's a new question. Where can she find a better paying job and one that she can be joyful in? This is for Chaparral. Asked by Flourishing Spirits. She's with her. It's for her daughter.
Okay. So, where, as in what industry or what location?
Oh yeah, that's a
Um,
good. Yeah, it's kind
again,
of a broad question.
I think, yeah, I think when we ask spirit for guidance, it's a combined effort. Like we have to be a part of our own choices. We are sovereign beings. We are our human essence, and spirit is there to guide us along the way and to help us. They're not here to tell us what to do. You don't. You don't. You don't say, "Well, what if they said go be a butcher in South America?" I mean, would you do that? You're not going to do what spirit tells you. You're going to ask them for guidance. So you can say, I am torn. I would like to start my own business making jewelry, but I also have this graphic artist job and I'm torn. I could tell you which one has a better energy for you. You can tell me, should I take the job local in my area and being a nurse in my area, or should I be a traveling nurse or something? And I could see what types of energy is which one may be a little bit better for you. And this is the guides, it's not me, it's the guides guiding you. So this way they can guide you. But for you to say, you could say, what stock should I buy? Like they're not going to tell you. If they did, no, it's a guidance. So we have to be part of the equation. So it is a little broad, and if you don't
She
mind,
did clarify that it's industry. So if you want to see if you can pick up any kind of industry that feels like it's coming through, or if you want to just leave it.
again, I mean, please do rephrase your question. Say, is the healthcare industry or the pet, grooming industry? Which industry is better? I can help you with that. I can tell you which one has a better energy around you. But you
That makes
ultimately
sense.
know what makes you the happiest. And honestly, spirit only wants us to follow our joy. They don't want us to follow the dollar. They want us to follow our joy. Once we follow our joy, the dollar will follow. It'll fall into place. So, not knowing you, and I, the question was, I like the way you said that she can be joyful in. So what is her bliss? Does she want to be an actress? Does she want to be a singer? Does she love cooking? Whatever her love is, this is probably the direction that we were born to do, because this is what inspires us. This is what spirit asks, is encouraging us. You're getting the inspiration from spirit to do this, and this is why you have so much joy while you're doing it. um, it is sometimes difficult if there's really nothing that you know of that brings you happiness. And it is an unknown there, but maybe your aptitude, take an aptitude test. Are you better in math, or are you better in the social sciences? Do you like biology, or do you like, gym class? it's really a personal type of, I just wouldn't feel comfortable. I don't, yeah.
That makes sense, though. Yeah, because you want to examine the energy surrounding choices rather than just kind of like pulling one out of thin air. Um,
The guides really don't advise that way. They don't guide that way. You need to be a participant in uh, in the outcome, in the process.
right.
Um, I hope that makes sense. And I'm
Oh, it
sorry,
makes total sense because I mean that really the first step is the heart, you know, and then when you move in that direction, then you want confirmation for what you're feeling in your heart. So if something popped in your head and you're like, wow, that sounds interesting, and that really brings unusual joy to my heart when I think about doing that for a living, and then you say, you know what, I had this weird thought about doing this for a living. What is the energy surrounding that? And then that would be more helpful from your end of things to be able to say, yeah, I see a really good energy around that, or not, right?
okay. So is Chaparral her daughter's name, or is
Mm-hmm.
Chaparral the querent? That's her daughter's
That's
name.
her daughter,
So
yeah.
how about if I get a message from Chaparral's guides to give her some guidance and
Okay,
see what they have to say,
great
and
idea.
maybe some inspiration about guidance for her may be helpful. But yeah, I can definitely do that. And it is just, I apologize. I don't mean to be splitting hairs, but it's important. It's important to have it clear. Okay. Chaparral. What kind of guidance? I'm going to connect with my guide. I'm going to ask my guide to connect with Chaparral's guide. She loves to help other people. She loves to help people in need. She's like the type that would find a baby bird that fell out of the nest, pick the baby bird up, put it in a box, make a nest for it, and feed it with a dropper. Like, this is what I'm feeling. Chaparral is a nurturer. She's a rescuer. She loves to tend to people. She's an empath. She loves to rescue and help and nurture and heal. She's a healer as well. She loves nature, is what they're showing me. I'm tapping into her energy, and you know what? Oddly enough, they're making a suggestion. They're just showing me that this type of an energy would be good, like as a paramedic or some sort of an emergency worker, where you have an utmost amount of compassion for somebody in extreme uh, in a tragic or a emergency situation. You have this calmness, this I'll take care of you, don't worry about it, and you have this way of calming people and nurturing them and taking care of them. It's this calm. You have a calm about you, and you have a caring. And just remember that baby bird, and that you put the baby bird in a box and cut up little paper, put it around the baby bird, and then you fed that baby bird. This is the nature. And you brought this baby bird back to health. You may do animal rescue. You may do rescue, puppies or something, or something that you're rescuing. You're calming, you're healing, and you don't have to be a paramedic. I'm not saying be a paramedic, but just this type of a feeling where some people are in need. They are hurt, or they are in a desperate situation, and you are the right person to come and help them. Hopefully that makes sense. Woo.
Very good. She actually chimed in and said that was a great idea. Excellent idea.
Yeah.
Awesome. And thank you once again for that question. The next one comes from R. Rosie, who wants to know, should I buy a bus to convert into a tiny home, and when? Almost sounds like they've already got their mind made up.
Mm-hmm.
Looking for
Okay.
confirmation, maybe. And I don't know if
So
this is a
our
pendulum one or what you want to do.
yeah, our Rosie, what my first question is, are you handy, and are you do you have the technology to convert the bus? So let me, what is the energy around our Rosie buying a bus to convert? It is positive. What is the energy around Rosie buying a bus to convert in by December 2022? Not yet. What is the energy around Rosie buying a bus to convert to a tiny home in March of 2023? Still saying no. He's still. What is the energy around Rosie buying a bus and converting it to a tiny home in June 2023? It's looking much better. It went around a couple of times, but now it's a much better. So you have about a year to save up and find the right vehicle and get all the specs and get all the materials. And yeah,
Yeah,
I
there was
mean,
a,
that
a
sounds,
there was a movie called Expedition Happiness, I think, where they converted a bus and went all across Canada. It was really beautiful. It looked like it'd be a really fun adventure. This one comes from Sarah Anu. Thank you for the question, Sarah, and it's probably one a lot of people can use, and it is feeling a little down today. Any advice or encouragement? Maybe also for others feeling this way. Thank you, Sarah.
hi, Sarah. Yeah. It is astrologically, I think it's a real tough time for a lot of us. And let me just see what the guides want me to say. I think there's certain signs on the zodiac that are greatly affected by this Saturn being over our midheaven or something. I don't know. I don't even know if that's right, but just something is somewhere that's affecting certain signs. I'm sorry, I'm not an astrologer, but I do follow it, and it is interesting. And I find that it's really it's something like concrete. You can really rely on it. If I had the yeah, let me see what they say. My guides are suggesting that you ask yourself, who is feeling low? And by that, I mean, is it the human? Is it the human or is it the observer? It's the human, it's not the observer. So you are not feeling low. Your human is feeling low. You are the observer. And if you are the observer, you can look at these low feelings and allow. They're saying allow, persevere. This is sort of like a relaxation before the next. Remember, I told you about that the shifts, the one step forward or two steps forward, one step back. This is the ebb. You're feeling the ebb. There's something ebbing. Ebb and flow. You're feeling the ebb, and they're saying just relax into it and observe it. They're saying don't take it personally, It's not you. Don't let your mind think about something's wrong, something's going on, what's wrong with me. It's just an ebb. And they're saying to observe the ebb and to allow it, and maybe take care of yourself, take a bath on Epsom salt, do some essential aromatherapy or something like this. This is just an ebb that you're feeling, and it will pass, and you'll start feeling that flow. You'll start feeling that flow. And this is what came up earlier in the show. Wow.
Such great advice. And yeah, I know that a lot of people are feeling down, and you're right. And it's like you can't always be completely maxed out at 10. So there's that natural roller coaster ride, but it's a matter of sort of viewing it as the observer rather than the person in the misery of the moment. What I like to do is like if I know what's triggered me, I like to go and meditate on it and look at the deeper reasoning behind it. You know, because there's always something bigger going on. We just look at it from this limited point of view, and you can find those answers when you go within, and it'll bring you peace with whatever it is. You know, but a lot of times you just don't know. You just feel down that day for whatever reason. And I think sometimes you're picking stuff up from the collective. You know, and I like music for that. You know, help
That's a
pull me out.
great suggestion. Music is a great suggestion.
Dancing around, moving
John,
around.
just go to John Finney's website.
Exactly.
You'll snap right out of it. But sometimes we get concerned that we may not bounce out of it, or that we're picking up something that, the fear sets in when we're in our ebb, and they're asking you just to try and separate your spiritual self from the feeling, allow the feeling, relax into the feeling, and nurture yourself. And yeah, and listen to John Benny. For
Great
sure.
advice. Okay, we have our next question from Sempiternal. Sempiternal. Can you tell me about any romantic soulmate, male soulmate coming my way?
Sure, sempiternal. Let
Sempiternal.
me check.
Thank you for the question.
Thanks for the specificity.
Yeah,
More specific, the more specific the answer.
yeah.
I'm hearing the word manifest. I'm hearing this is something that you can put down on paper, the uh, character and the traits and the um, qualities that you're looking for that is most important to you, and focus on that. And this is our intention and our attention is very um, powerful, more powerful than you know. A lot of vision boards, like if you imagine yourself, like how they have on a commercial, a girl with long hair and a guy, riding in a convertible, happy or something. You take a picture of that and put it on your vision board, and just put yourself over the picture, and whoever the male is that you want to like you can use a vision board, but just manifest. They're telling me you put in your order, and the universe will answer you. And it really is as simple as that. Your hopes, your dreams, your desires, your specificity is really key to manifesting a male romantic partner coming your way. They're also telling me about this book. It's called The Passion Book, and it's sort of a way for you to boil down to exactly what's most important to you. Like name 10 things that you like, name the top 5. Okay, what's the top 3, and then what's the number 1? It's sort of like that, but it's just a process for you to get to know, and you can apply it to anything. It's called the Passion, or the Passion Book, or the Passion Test. And you can maybe find something like that online as well, but it's good for manifesting and being specific. Let me see if there's anything else that I see coming forward with a male in a romantic reciprocal. I see somebody, it's just what came to mind. I'm just going to tell you what I see. I'm somebody that has a little bit like a tennis player's physique, where they are may not be very tall, they may not be very muscular, but they are solid and strong, and sometimes a little lighter in weight for them to be. I'm just seeing like a tennis player's physique for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I'm picking up your energy. I don't know, but just take that with a grain of salt. It's just what flew by.
Very cool. That was for Sempiternal. Thank you so much for the question.
And keep us informed.
Yeah, let us know. Check back
Let
in.
me know if it was your last love interest. I could be picking up anything. So we'll see.
This one is from Melanie Baker. Thank you so much for the question, Melanie. I would love to know if I was going to have a spiritual breakthrough soon, if it works out and there's time. Love that question.
Hi, Melanie. Thank you. So what the guides are saying is that what you put into it is what you'll get out of it. So it's your focus, it's your intensity, it's your intention, it's your practice. They're saying to what is that? Filter the negative, filter what you see, filter what you hear, and keep your core pure and your focus pure. Almost like if you're watching Zen water falling over rocks and not listening to rock music, not rock music, nothing wrong with rock music, John, nothing wrong with rock music. I'm just saying, not listening to anything outside of what your focus is on, and not listening or watching gossip or low vibrational type of I don't know, you know those things. But so make sure what you see is pure. Make sure what you hear is pure. Make sure what you think is pure, and concentrate on this purity. Concentrate on this water filtering over the rocks. Concentrate, or not concentrate, focus on your spirit and your golden nugget or your divine spark, and concentrate on expanding this and allowing. Do chakra alignment and detox as much as you can, and be in nature. I mean, nature is just screaming at you spiritually. If you just can slow down enough, calm down enough, and stay pure, like don't listen, don't see. They're just telling me that there's interference in what you're listening to, interference in what you're watching. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what you're watching, but it may not be what your focus is. They're letting me know it's important to have all of your senses, all of your clairs, all of your clairs very clear, very pure, and very focused.
I like that a lot.
That's
And there's plenty of distractions out there to keep us from doing that, isn't there? That's funny.
yeah, yeah. It's just not. If you want a spiritual breakthrough, it's important to filter that. It's important to be informed. I'm not saying put your head in the sand, just saying, you know, uh, moderate it.
Right. A lot of times things are alarm clocks to wake us up, and we'll keep focusing on it, instead of like realizing, oh, it was there to trigger an awakening, not to stay focused on it. So a lot of times it was shown to me several ways or whatever that we'll get hung up on things, right? and like sort of set up camp in our awakening camp, whatever woke us up, and not to move forward in that, but so we get stuck. You know what I mean? Let's see.
And Shane, are you still doing your BQH?
Yeah,
Excellent. And is this something that came out during a BQH session?
yeah. Actually, one of the this one was a while back. It was like yeah. So it's good to be aware of things, but things actually are there to wake people up, but not to really get hung up on it. So a lot of times people wake up to all of this horrible stuff happening, and they kind of get stuck there, and the whole, I call it the prison planet, syndrome or whatever. You kind of get stuck at that one place where you wake up and you're like, holy cow, look at everything, and you start to see everything, but that's only one stop along the way of realizing like there's a deeper truth even beyond that. And so yeah, it's a lot of times things are there to trigger us awake, but not to really get hung out there. It can become a distraction. The very thing that wakes you up can become a distraction. That's how it basically, to sum it up in fewer words.
Yeah. And if you would like to speed up the spiritual breakthrough, I do know that a BQH session is extremely revealing. It gets you connected to your own higher self and your own spirit, and it takes you places that you've never seen before. And you come out of it with a different perspective and will accelerate your spiritual awakening, spiritual breakthrough for sure.
Absolutely.
Any type of metaphysical work. And, I mean, it could be even a Reiki session or something. And, do make sure you work on yourself. But BQH is an extremely beautiful, fun, exciting way to do that as well. So,
And
and
it is.
Shane's
It's
really good.
oh, thank you, Gene. Yeah, it is one of those things where it helps you moving forward by yourself. So a lot of times people will get a connection because you're going within in a BQH session. And it's really like I'm helping hold your hand through this process, but it's something that you can do by yourself, actually. You don't even need me. So it's like a lot of people will get an energetic connection. They'll get instructions to help carry on their mission afterwards, by themselves, what to meditate on. Sometimes they'll go to a place that they're supposed to go back to when they meditate, but they'll be taken there in the session. So it's a lot of fun stuff that comes out. And they're all different. Even like between people, that get multiple sessions, they're all their own separate little journey that we have.
Yeah.
Melanie, thank you for that question. This
Yeah.
one's
Thank
from
you.
Ilona, who wants to know, I would like to ask about my galactic origin. Any messages from my guardian spirit or higher self? Any messages from my loved ones? So I guess you can connect them with her higher self. Is that how that works? Ilona, thank you for the question. So galactic origins, it should be on the screen pretty soon here. Messages from the guardian spirit or higher self or from loved ones.
So I was asking my guides to go to Ilona's guides, and I was asking them to show me her spirit guides, or to show me her ET guides or her ET galactic origin. And it was building, and I was beginning to see something, but it's not coming clear to me. Let me see. There is something there. And the only thing, do you know what passion fruit looks like? Not the inside, but the outside. Not passion fruit. What is that? It's another kind of fruit with like the spikes on the outside. I see something with spikes on it. So I was trying to wait for it to manifest into a clearer image. They're just showing me something with spikes on it. They're showing me that you were like a gladiator um, on one of those wagons, and that you were strong and you had a helmet on, and that I could see the wind in your face. Now, you asked me 3 or 4 different questions, and the answer is none of them coming through because I'm looking into your energy, asking them for a galactic origin. This is the image that is coming up, and maybe this is the spikes that I see. There's some sort of spikes. So there's something coming through about that, Ilona, but I'm not sure why this is coming through. It seems like a past life type of reference. So perhaps, whew,
2 people chiming in
okay.
with dragon fruit.
Oh yeah, that's the one. That's the one with the spikes on it. This is what I'm seeing, like that type of a image of a spikiness. And then I saw the guy in it's not a wagon. I don't know what it's called. It's one of those things that you ride in when you're a gladiator. But let me just see.
Just a carriage, or do they call it a carriage, or no? They have a name for
Something,
it.
you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
chariot.
But chariot, like a
Uh,
chariot. Yes. Yes. Brilliant. Okay, so none of your questions that I answered something that you didn't ask. So let me just see if I can get a message. If you want to, you can put in the names of your loved ones or a loved one for me to connect to specifically, because it's so the question is like here, I'm like looking and I'm trying to see what they're showing me. If you can point me into a direction, I can get something a little more specific for you. And let me just see what your spirit guide has to say. They're saying you're on the right path. You're doing the right things. You're making the right decisions. You're following your guidance. You can hear them. And I don't mean hear them like audibly, like they talk to you. You get a nudge, you get a feeling, you get an inspiration, and you follow it. You follow your instincts, or your own intuition, which is them guiding you. They're showing me that you are aware, you're sensitive, and you're following your guidance, and that trust this, and you're on the right path, and you're doing everything correctly. And they're just telling me that you're tuning in. You're tuning in. So, Shane, where would you like to go from here? Should
Ilona,
I?
thank you so much for that. Go ahead. Are we running short on time?
No. Should I just pull her a card from the Martian deck and see what we get? You think that would be
Yeah,
fun?
let's do that. That'd be cool.
This way, it'll just be a little quicker.
I
But
was just wondering because you said that, and I looked down and it's 3, 2, 1 here. So I was like, oh, the
oh,
countdown. Okay.
yeah, I'm okay when you're, as far as you're okay. I'll let you know if I start floating off my chair. That one time I felt like I was actually levitating off my chair. Just I was feeling lightheaded,
Yeah, the
but I'm
energies can feel
okay.
so different at different times. They can feel like heavy and make you feel drained. Sometimes they make you feel energetic. You just never know.
Yeah, with John Binney, boy, I was phew, the energy was very, very powerful. Oh, the tree of life. This is not a galactic. I wonder why that's in there. Let me just pull a different one.
No, hold on. This is so funny. I've been working on this wingmaker's art of this tree called the Tree of Life. I actually was going to name it the Tree of Life. And so that's a little synchronicity to me with the tree I was just creating. So Very cool. Yeah, it doesn't look like that, but that's cool. Yeah.
All right, this is the one that I pulled. Again, it's not, so perhaps you're not meant to know your galactic origin. This is in this ET deck, they have different elements, and this is the element of fire, is what I pulled. This is the second card I pulled. So, come back again next time I'm here, ask your question again and see if it's the right time for you to find this stuff out, Ilona. And yeah, but for me to pull two cards and neither one, I don't think it's the right time for you to
That's very cool.
get. Yeah.
Maybe you have connection with some kind of star somewhere or sun or something. Sorry, I missed your question earlier, Dana. I did find it and I came up with this. Dana would like to ask the universe. Your questions were funny, by the way. I enjoyed reading through them. So this is the one that I came up with for Dana. I would like to ask the universe, what is going on in this hallucination I call my life?
Oh, interesting. I'm stuck on the word hallucination because he must be, it's a he, right, Dana?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. He must be aware of himself in another realm, in another dimension that is watching this human incarnation play out. He must be aware. He must be able to walk in two worlds, is what they say. He must be aware of himself here to be aware of himself here on that level,
Mm-hmm.
because he's detached from his ego. He's like coming from his spiritual perspective, so
Exactly.
much here, and he's almost like walking um, in two worlds, is what they call it. He has his spiritual perspective living a human experience, and this is part of the goal. I mean, this is really really amazing. But uh, what is going on with this universe? I they made me say that, I think, is because that you're this is the evolution of the human. This is the human evolution. This is what we will be rising towards. We'll be rising towards a more spiritual uh, existence, inside of a human existence. It'll be integrated. Can we do that later? And I believe that you're one of the way showers, Dana. You're a way shower. They said, did you ever see that commercial? Give it to Mikey. Mikey will eat it. He'll eat anything. Did you ever see that commercial with the Wheaties or something?
Yeah.
Mikey won't like it. He'll eat anything, something like that. They said, give it to Dana. Dana will do it. He'll do anything. Give it to him first. And you're experiencing this, walking with this awareness of your spiritual self, walking in a human experience, and integrating this. They want you to bring this. You're very much in your spiritual self, spiritual perspective, and they want you to integrate this into your human and walk with this, not separate, to integrate it, to live this human existence, to live this incarnation to the fullest ability as a human, with your spirit guiding you inside. They want you to ground this spiritual essence inside of you. And they are saying that you live a lot up here. You live a lot. You come out up here and you watch. You're like you, and being the observer is important, but the integration is what's with the human aspect and the spiritual aspect. It's this integration, and you're more on the spiritual aspect, integrating into the human, And a lot of us are human aspects integrating the spiritual, if that makes sense.
So just so you guys know, that is We Are the Conscious Evolution. That's Dana, and he does have his own channel if you want to check it out. Great question, Dana. And I totally, he's been going through some stuff, so I kind of think he's just like, what the heck's going on here, you know? So
We are the conscious evolution. And I just said, you're, you're the human evolution. I
right.
mean, yeah. And is conscious a human term? And is consciousness a synonym for spiritual perspective?
I think that's the
Would you
root of
say?
everything, consciousness.
That's our spiritual essence, right? That's a synonym. I just want to make sure of the terms. Yeah.
Let's see.
Excellent. We
Very
are the
cool.
conscious evolution.
All right, perfect.
Ah,
Let me see if I got another question.
I think you're in your ebb too, Dana.
Yeah, that's the thing, you know, tough stuff comes up, but it's serving some higher purpose. So I'm always like, what is
It's
this
really,
really about? You know what I mean?
it's
What am I
it's really
learning from
hitting
this?
some of the zodiac signs harder than others at this point in time, and it has to do with, again, I think it's Saturn sitting somewhere, but I think that be kind to yourself, Dana. Hydrate yourself, get yourself rest. Go swim in the river or a lake somewhere in nature and detox.
Very good. This question comes from Sherry Luke. Thank you so much, Sherry. Any messages from my father, Bob Luke, or Grandpa Bill Luke?
Excellent. Hi, Sherry. Thanks for your question. All in caps and gives me Father Bob and Grandpa Bill. That's great. It takes me a minute for mediumship to reach them. So I'm seeing, they're showing me a little glimpse of a horse. And sometimes when I'm bringing in loved ones, they're not really sure how communication works and they flash images rather than their essence. So, what I would like to do is to ask Bob to just feel in his soul what he would like to say to Sherry. And I can pick up on the vibration of your soul and I'll know what you want to say. I'll have a feeling about what you want to say. So if Bob, you just feel that because he's kind of like sending me stuff, and I can tell sometimes their communication. They don't know that they can just be uh, relax and feel. So he's showing me a new spring flower. It has white petals with a yellow interior. I don't know if wildflowers are meaningful to you, Sherry. Why are you showing me this flower, Bob? Just feel. He's saying he was a little stoic. He wasn't very emotional in this world. And playing the role, the typical male role, going to work, providing for his family, but not really too gushy. Too mushy? He said, but you're the twinkle in my eye. He says, you could feel my heart. He knew you could feel his heart. He had a very big heart, but he didn't have a lot to say. He wouldn't verbalize it, but you could feel it. You could feel his love. He was very loving. He said, Grandpa Bill is here with me, and we're both sending you our blessings. We're both watching over you. We're all watching over you. What else? He's saying he's proud of you. He's proud of your strength and your tenacity and your ability to forage on and sort of like muster ahead. Even though it feels like he's showing me that there's a rope around your shoulders that you're pulling like a sled that has a bunch of weight and a bunch of baggage on it. It's like you're dragging a lot of stuff, and you have a heavy line to tow. And he's showing me that you're like kind of marching and forging on, even though you have this drag on you. And he's saying that these ropes are not chained to you, that you can at any time let the ropes off of your shoulders, or you can just unpack some of that load back there. He sees that you're carrying a very heavy load. Okay, that's great. That's great. He's really descriptive. Aw, he wishes he could lighten your load. He's sending you blessings, and he's smoothing the path forward for you. He's smoothing the path for you. He's moving obstacles out of your way and smoothing the path for you. So when you're foraging on, that it'll be easier for you to move forward. He's saying he loves your determination. He loves your tenacity. He loves uh, your drive, your strength. You make him proud. He says everything's going to be fine. He's sending you lots of love, big hearts. He says, I'm right there. He says, I'm right there. Whenever you need me, just call me. And he's pulling back now, releasing his energy.
Very beautiful. Thank you for that. And thank you for the question.
Yeah, thanks, Sherry.
Okay, next question in the queue comes from Cindy Bunt. Cindy Bunt. Hi, all. 2 questions, please. Anything from my brother Rick or Chris and my small business at a crossroads and don't know what to do. Thank you.
Hi, Cindy. So, okay. There, I'm not sure which one, if it's Rick or Chris, and sometimes this happens when you bring in 2, especially brothers. They seem to be goofing around, cutting up on each other, joking around, being silly. Like, you know how you put the knuckles on the head and you rub the head, or you get somebody in a, I don't know what they call it when you put somebody in a lock with your elbow around their neck and put knuckles on their head. You know, I don't know what it is. The things that boy is doing, it's just they're showing me that they're fooling around and knocking off and kicking around and being being just brothers. They're just showing me. Okay, do you have a message for Cindy? Oh, it's Chris or Rick. Okay. Do you have a message for Cindy? They're saying lighten up. I'm sorry to say it like that, but they're just saying, have some fun. Let down your hair. Let go of it. Like it. Just relax. Enjoy. You're here. You're on this earth. You're breathing oxygen. You're standing on Gaia. Like they're freaking out that you're here. Like just enjoy this. It's a miracle that we're all here. It's amazing that we all made it here. We have 2 feet and we're on Gaia and we're breathing air. We're in a human body. They're saying it's amazing. They're saying nothing else matters. Like just have a ball. Just have a ball. They really are just over the top about this experience, and that you are here, and that they're just saying, let go of the things that are weighing you down. They're saying, throw caution to the wind. They're saying life's too short to be troubled over these things, that they want you to simplify your life. They want you to either get an assistant that can deal with these problems for you or move. Like it's just not worth being drugged down and into these negative energies and situations. And these things are becoming difficult for you so that it will pop you out. Things are going to squeeze you until you pop out. and then simplify things. He's saying that this is just an energy to cause you to move, cause you to change, causing you to edge out. You're
Cindy
saying,
says,
is
"Oh
it
my
worth
God,
it?
yes, that's them." I guess they're cutting up. Like, definitely sounds like them. That's awesome. Thank you, Cindy, for the confirmation.
They're saying, follow your heart, follow your spirit. If and it's not quitting, it's not throwing in the towel. It is lifting yourself out of a situation that is sort of spiraling. And it's time to take a step out of it. They're just showing me, how you, like, if you would step out of a bathtub, like if the bathtub water is going down, they're just saying, step out of it onto land, onto earth. And they're saying, whatever is going on in here, just step out of it. So I don't know if that's an answer to your second question.
Very good. And a lot of people are being put at a crossroads for their businesses right now. Huge shifts happening. This one comes from Tanya Wilson. Tanya wants to know if there's any messages from her aunt and our guides. So
Hi,
a message
Tanya.
from her aunt or guides.
And if you want a message from your aunt, if you would kindly send us her name. But in the meantime, I'm going to see if I can get something from your guides, if that's okay. So Tanya, if you can give me your aunt's name, just her first name is good. We'll give you a minute. Let me just tap into Tanya's guides. So what I'm seeing from your guides is they're showing me you in a education type environment. I'm not sure if you're in college taking courses, doing some on the job training, something that you're, and if not, this is a spiritual training. So this is why I'm asking you. It's got to be one or the other, but your guides are showing me you're in an educational phase in your spiritual growth. And if you are in education, and it doesn't feel like a college course, but just in case I could be misinterpreting it, but this is what they're saying. You're in the educational phase. So if you're drawn to something, study it. If you see something or hear something, look it up, read about it. They want you, this is an educational phase in your guidance. And her aunt's name is Edith. God love you. That was quick. I love Edith. Edith is such a nice name. I read somebody else named Edith too. Okay, Tanya, thanks. Edith. Let me see. Edith, Aunt Edith for Tanya. Aunt Edith. She's saying you were very good to her and that she was sort of like the cool aunt. She would listen to you, she would understand you. And maybe when your parents or your caretaker was a little busier with other things, your aunt would have the time for you, or whenever you went over or visited, or if she visited you, she would just really treat you very special and she would see your spirit. She would look into your eyes and you would look at your aunt and you guys would lock spirits. I think you guys had past lives together, and this is the connection. This is the familiarity and the love and the instant type of knowing that you had with her. She's showing me that you took very good care of her. You were very kind, considerate, and always not doting on her, but you checked in with her. You would call her, stop over. You assisted her and aided her in some way. But it was early on when you were younger and growing up. She was the one, when you would look at somebody, she would see you right into your eyes. There was like an instant soul to soul connection. And Edith, is there a message for Tanya that you would like to share? She's given me the business. She's given me the rundown. She's like this and this and this and this. Like she's saying, make sure you get all this down. I don't know if she was like a task master or like she just went, or she told you what to do with your life all the time. Like make sure you wear clean underwear, whatever it is, make sure you brush your hair, make sure you, whatever it is, she's telling you to do it. She's telling you to do it all over again. Uh, put gas in the car. Don't go outside without socks. Like just she's giving you the typical advice that a nurturing aunt would give you. And take care of yourself. Be kind to other people, and make a difference in this world. And be it's really the basic message. Be kind to yourself and be kind to others. This is she's very sweet woman. I'm glad.
That's a great message that I get. A ton of people are just so hard on themselves. I mean, they're their own worst critic, if you will. You know what I mean? They're so hard on themselves, and the guys are always like, just take it easy on yourself, for goodness sake. So great message, and that's for Tanya. Thank you for the question, Tanya. She said she goes by Michelle, so thank you, Michelle. All right, we can
And
probably get a couple more in here. We're getting close to.
okay, she
Go
did
ahead.
say spot on. Thank you. Yes, she is like that.
That's awesome.
It takes a little while with mediumship. It just takes a little while. And especially with the name, even with the name, I have to call them and then they have to agree to talk to me. And then we have to establish a connection. It just takes a little while. Spirit guides are like a little faster. So,
I see it seeming like that, you know, because we're live and, but that's still pretty quick. You're able to like connect in within like a minute or something. But yeah, I can imagine how it seems like it should drag out because of the dead air or whatever. But I like to let you concentrate too.
mhm,
This one
mhm.
is from Jill Slaybaugh, who asks, "Is it in my best interest to move to Texas? If so, I would love some guidance on what to do for a living. Thank you so much." And thank you, Jill, for the question.
Thanks, Jill. She's so sweet. Is it in my best interest? I love those phrasings. Excellent. So let me just use the pendulum and then I'll see if I can get something. The pendulum loves these questions. Is it in Jill's best interest? Is it in Jill's best interest to move to Texas eventually? Perfectly still. Is it in Jill's best interest to move to the state of Texas by January 2023? No, now it's giving me a no. Okay. Is it in Jill's best interest to move to the state of Texas by June 2023? Saying no. Is it in Jill's best interest to move to the state of Texas in 2024? It's saying no. So, Jill, what I was getting as I was asking that question is that there may be something that is coming up for you that you may not be aware of that may change your mind and keep you where you are, or maybe move you into a different direction. I feel as though circumstances are going to change around you. I don't know if a job opportunity or if you're going to fall in love, or I don't know if you're in a relationship right now, but something is going to happen, or your circumstances may change that you'd be like, oh, good, I'm glad I'm still here. So that now that this has happened, it's better for me, or something like that. It seems like something in your current environment is going to change so that your desire to move is altered in some way. Does that make sense? So should I continue and check on the do for a living, or is that only, yeah, she said only if so to Texas. Jill, let me know if you want me to, if you can give me like a scenario of, should I be in healing work or should I be a musician? Like, just if you want to give me something like that, I can kind of narrow that down for you.
That's perfect. I'm muted there. Okay. Thank you for the question, Jill. Now, this one is one that I'm sure a lot of people could resonate with. This comes from Lark Kemper. In reference to the Wingmakers, do I have a connection? Of course, I put out some Wingmakers videos lately, and I think a lot of people might feel a connection with the art and the music and the evolution of human consciousness, if you will. So, Lark wants to know if you can tap in and see if he has a connection with the Wingmakers.
Shane, would you be interested in, or would you feel comfortable just giving us a brief synopsis of what the philosophy of the Wingmakers may be telling us? Because I did listen to part of it, and I felt as though I wasn't able to grasp some of the concepts. It's really elevated, and would you be able to? Give us
That's
an
one of the
idea of,
things I would say that, for people watching it, if they feel that resonance with it, even with not completely understanding, sometimes listening to it multiple times, things will begin to get clear. But basically, what it is like all of the systems on Earth are basically built on separation of one sort or another. That's part of our experience here. So no matter what or how wholesome a group is, it's still built on separation. So all of the structures in our reality here are basically uh, they can be distractions to our real essence, which is what you find when you go within. So they're basically trying to get you to disconnect from all of the distractions, which are useful for different people. I mean, it's not for everyone, right? But for those that want to rise above what we consider the matrix, if you will, the or the prison planet for some people that want to view it that way, which isn't, you can view it that way. But it's kind of like from a victim mentality. That's why I prefer not to. I prefer to view it as an experiment or a grand play or game or something along those lines, because we're not powerless within this thing, and that's really what the wing makers are directing everyone back to, their own sovereign power within. So that would be if I was to sum it up in a minute or so.
okay.
And who has a connection? So Lark, does he have a connection with the wing makers?
So does he have a connection to the energy that is,
Yeah,
to a connection to what?
okay. That's a good point, because the wing makers are supposedly from the future, and they put something in our past for us to dig up and find now. So, Lark, are you wanting to know? Are you with the original people who seeded the information, or do you want to know if you're part of the team now to help disseminate the information, or any part of the wing makers? Because I feel a connection with the material or the philosophy, but I don't know that I have a connection, or I'm one of the ones who sent it back to myself, right, or something along those lines. So maybe a little clarification on that.
She's saying yes, or he's saying yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
So I think you're the term they gave me is a point man, that you may be a connection that relays information when you go to sleep at night and you travel back to your higher self or to wherever you go, that this information is relayed and you come back to earth. It's almost like you give them the status quo, you give them updates, you give them how it's working, what the plan is, and um, you seem to be like a point man, somebody that shares information, and um, I'm having trouble with the time issue, the way they say they're from the future and they're sending it back. I think what my understanding is that they are evolved beyond this evolution, and they're sending back information to help us evolve. and it's back information, but I'm not really, the time aspect is just gone for me. There's no forward or backward in time. They're just more evolved, and they're sending information here, and making things change, making effects in this world, dropping ideas. You know how people just spontaneously invent the same thing all over the world, 3 different people at the exact same time. It's this, they're dropping in information, they're dropping in things to affect our environment, our community, uh, our planet. And you are a point man, sort of like a contact. You're like a communicator of information of the status quo, or either that, or you they can monitor you to get a sense of the status quo. It feels to me like you're connected to a energy that is more evolved, that is further in their evolution. And so but you were sent in this incarnation to do this. And you can communicate with them at night. Did he ask this question before? Seems familiar.
I don't know. I don't think so. Not specifically the Wingmakers, anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
It could be my limitation of understanding exactly.
Well, actually, what you were just saying, like putting it in. Okay, so like for me personally, I'd been getting this information in more of a game context, and in fact, that's how I was writing the book, right? But for a lot of people, you tell them game, and if they're not a gamer, they think, this isn't a game, and then, I've lost people, and I'm dealing with all of this stuff. But for a gamer, they understand that pain from within the game because you experience very real pain in a video game, even though it's not physical. But I mean, there's some games where you lose all your stuff and you watch these kids freaking out and their parents like, it's just a game. But for the kid, he just lost all of the stuff. It was very real stuff that, it was just digital stuff. But for him, he really has a sense of loss. Or if you're in the game and one person dies and you have to carry on without him, it's tough. Of course, not like when you're, in real life, it's way more difficult. So when I came across this information, I'd already enjoyed the music and the art. I never really got into the poems, but the philosophy just kind of popped on my radar out of nowhere. And it was like covering a lot of the stuff I'd gotten in meditation, but not in a game context, more in a experimental context, which is a lot easier to accept over a game because people that aren't having a very good time don't see this as fun at all. But it can be, you know what I mean? But you have to get there first. So for me, this was an answered prayer, and it made a lot of sense because it was like what I'd been given, but with different labels attached to stuff.
Right.
And I was like struggling with a way to put all the information together to deliver it and disseminate it. So when this dropped in my lap, I'm like, perfect. Universe provided, was the way I looked at it. And I was able to put these 2 videos out, and it really took a lot of the weight off my chest as far as that's concerned. So saying it the right way,
It's very dense concepts, and it's almost like you have to know the story from the beginning or you're kind of lost. Like, you know how you speed up videos when you listen to them on YouTube or something, and not this video, but other videos. Well, I actually had to slow your voice down because I couldn't keep up. Like, things were changing, and I was like, wait, what was that? So it was hard
for the closed captioning.
It was it's dense material. It's very profound. The concepts are huge, and it takes a while to digest it for me anyway. So it's all new to me.
That was one of the reasons I recorded it, just for my own digestion. I want to be able to listen to it over and over again because it's so thick and dense that you can literally listen to it over and over, and it just keeps unpacking more and more. And that's with me kind of, I don't know, having this image that had already come to me before that, so I've got something that's sort of hanging on already. I can't imagine if I didn't, you know. So I think this is really going to resonate with some people, and other people are going to be like, you know, that's great, but I don't know what the heck's going on there, you know. But I put it out for those people that will, you know, everyone can go within and see for themselves, and then that will make more sense, because that's exactly the path I took. I went within for answers, and then when I watched this, I'm like, oh, this is what I was shown on those deeper levels. When I get out of my own life and my own little bubble of reality to see the whole of what's happening with this huge transformation taking place right now. And it's so beautiful, but so many of us are, you know, kind of weighed down by all of our own stuff that we don't see it. But it's like, you know, we're living in duality. So, you know, if one side of the coin, you're getting this huge influx of tails, you're going to have that huge influx of heads. You just got to flip the coin, right? So a lot's going on right now. And that potential difference is growing. But unfortunately, the news only plays one side of it. So.
Right. Oof.
Perfect. Well, how are you feeling? I guess we should probably wrap this up. We're over 2 hours now. Do we have it? We do have a date for our next one too, don't we?
Yes, yes. Let me see my calendar.
I'd like to put that out so you guys can mark your calendar if you
It's
want.
pretty soon. It's pretty soon. It's July, I believe
16th.
16th. Yeah. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on.
No, no problem. So yeah, we'll be back same time, you guys, July 16th, taking more of your questions live. And in the meantime, make sure you sub to SunPsychic Jean's YouTube channel to follow some of the other lives she's got going on between now and then.
Yes. Thank you very much, everybody. I really appreciate it. And really good questions. And it gave me an opportunity to kind of clarify sort of how to ask a spiritual question and when it's appropriate to ask about somebody else's energy. I think it's just information. It's not right or wrong. It's just a learning process. So I appreciate you bearing with me when I was asking for clarification on the questions.
Oh, no, and thank you for taking the time to come over and really gift all of this to the audience here. I'm sure they appreciate it. And I had people like coming up to the, you know, up to this date, like, hey, what time is it? When is it going to be? And like, people are excited. So thank you guys for being here.
Yeah, thanks. That's very sweet. I appreciate it. Aw. Hi, Ivana. You're welcome. Hi, John Binney. You guys. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, and check out that
Flourishing
video,
spirits.
John Binney video. You can post that in that link in there again, John, if you'd like. And
Was he posting it? Let me see
yeah,
if
he
the
did
paste
post it
will go
earlier,
again.
but just in case it scrolled up too far. Yeah. All right. So lots of love, light, and unity. Thank you so much, Jean. I can't wait for the next show, July 16th, same time, and we'll be taking your live questions, you guys.
Great.
All right, we'll see
Thanks,
you in the next one.
everybody.
All right, lots of love.
Bye.
Peace out.